YouTube, GimpPwnageTutorials here, and today I'm going to be showing you how to make an explosion effect looking something like this. This effect was requested by RockinTutorials, and I'm not exactly sure what he wanted, so I looked for explosion tutorials for GIMP, couldn't find any, so I brought this across from a Photoshop tutorial that I found. So yeah, it's pretty effective, but there are a couple key things that GIMP is sort of missing, so it couldn't really look like a super explosion, like a fiery... Okay, so now that I'm done insulting my work, let's jump into the tutorial. So close out of that. Okay, to start out, we're going to go in File, New, 400, no, not 440, 400 by 300. Okay. Okay, so now we're going to take our paint bucket tool, paint that all black. Okay, so now we get to draw some fun stuff. We're going to take out our paintbrush tool, get a big fuzzy brush, put this up to about 5-ish, and this part we're going to need a red color, so I'm going to do red. Okay, so I'll put this part in the description if you really want the HTML notation. If you don't care, you can just use any old red color. So we're going to take our brush, let's make that a bit smaller. There we go. We're just going to draw a shape. Try not to make it look like a square or too much like a circle or something. Try to make it a little bit more random. Okay, so let's go and paint. Okay, just go around this corner. That looks a bit like a triangle, but that's okay. Okay, around there, just, you want it to be totally filled in. Okay, filling it in, filling it in. You don't have to do it too well, but no, about like that. Make another little shape up here. There. Okay. Now we're going to take out a yellow color. Again, if you really want the HTML notation, I'll have it in the description. We're going to draw a shape inside this shape. Okay, not too close to the edges though. Okay. Just draw a little bit in there. Okay, again, it doesn't really have to be perfect, but it's nice if it is. Then we're going to take out our white, and we're just going to go on the inside. Okay, like that. This one can be a little bit closer to the edges. Okay. So now we have that. Now we're going to go Filters, Blur, Gaussian Blur, and blur it by, say, 85. You want to keep that checked. I could use a little bit more. Let's try 90. Yeah. That's about what I want. Okay. Blur. Okay, that'll work. And now we're gonna blur it again just to make it look good. In Photoshop, they have a little bit more of a better fuzzy brush than we do. So you have to blur it to make it look like the fuzzy brush in Photoshop, then you have to blur it again. So now we're gonna blur it even more by 125 pixels. Now it's just a mess, and that's what it should look like. Okay, so now it should look sort of like this, like a mess. That's the idea. So now we're going to go into Layers, New Layer, just call it Cloud Layer. 400 by 300, okay. We're going to go back to our black color, take out our paint bucket thingy, and we're going to paint this entire layer black. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to go into filters, render, clouds, difference clouds. And then let's do about 6 on each. I'm going to do 6.5. Okay. And now here comes a little bit more of an important part. You're going to go overlay for the mode. So now you're going to have something that looks like that. And I'd say that we're almost done, but now we're going to go into colors. We're going to do levels, and we might just change this a little bit. As you can see, if you turn it up, it turns darker. I sort of like it around here-ish. Yeah, I sort of like that. Okay. And that's my explosion effect. I'm sorry, RockinTutorials, if this was not what you were looking for, but I don't really know what to tell you. Okay. So, this is fully customizable. Feel free to do your own options. You can also just go into render, clouds, and you could do solid noise. Honestly, I don't see much of a difference, but apparently there is something. See, I don't really get it. Okay, so now, I hope this is what you wanted. Also, what I want to do is, I'd like to run my channel on requests. Actually, no, what I want to do is, I want to run it on requests every other week. So, maybe one week I'll think of something, and then I'll take a request the next week, and then I'll think of something, then back and forth. And unless I can't think of something, then I'll just take a request for 3 weeks in a row. Woo! Okay, and with the requests, as long as it's doable, I will do it for you. And also, I'd prefer it if you wouldn't ask me for things. Like, it's nothing personal, but it's sort of, yeah, no, I won't take, like, personal requests. I won't make you a text layout or whatever, okay? So, you just post a comment on my channel and perhaps subscribe. Hint, hint, wink, wink. And, yeah, okay, so see you, YouTube. Till next week.